So what we have done so far here is we have stored what we declare empty container or variables, and then here we are adding value. Now let's say this should also hold a different value. Let's say this should hold 200. Okay, so these are integer variable. All these ones, they are integer variable. Integer variables. They are all integer variables. Okay, so if I want to create boolean double or float variable, let me just add one of it. So like if I say z is equals to 90.5, that is so this one is floats variable. This is float variable. Now, like I said, let's perform some calculation with this value. So let's assume that the task given to us is to multiply the value in S by the value in C. So multiply value in S and C. Now, I am going to introduce another output method because we have already used what? Console.log and what? Document.getElement, which is what? Inner HTML. Okay? So the one I am introducing now is called what? Right, alerts. 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 Alerts is another JavaScript. That is what? Alerts. So write it. So this is how I want to explain some of these output method. So alert is another JavaScript display function. It is another JavaScript display function which display a pop-up box on a browser, which displays a pop-up box on the browser. Note, it is mostly used for debugging. So, but this one is a method that we can use, particularly when we start submitting our form later with PHP. So even while we are writing PHP code, at some point, we are going to be referencing this method to help us create a notification. This one cannot display on the browser body. It will just pop up as a what? A message. Now, that is what I'm going to use. Now, it does not require selecting HTML elements, just like that console. The only one that requires selecting HTML elements is what? The inner what? HTML. So which means that I can directly say that the results answer is equals to X asterisk, which represents what? Times asterisk C. So I've answered the what? The question. Now to output the results. So which means that this is going to be the calculator, right? The answer that will be derived will be stored in what? Ans. Then I will now use alerts to display what? The ans. So if I go to my browser and run this, you will notice that it will just display a pop-up. And once you click OK, it will proceed. If it's not correct, let's debug it. Link alert. I am correct. To try it and see, let me see if I have to restart my browser. This is S. S is 80. Let me take this first and see. Okay, so you can see immediately I remove that let. It means it's able to factor it out by itself. So you can see how it came now as a message pop up. Once you click OK to go back to what you display on the body. So you can use this alert to create a kind of notification such that when they get to your website, maybe there's a promo. Register now and get what? 100% what? Discount. Once they open that website, they should see that first. Then once they click on that OK to proceed, before they can see other information. So let's quickly try it. Let's try that. Next primitive data we want to look at is called Boolean. Boolean data type. Boolean data type. So Boolean is also a primitive data which has only two values. The values are what? False and what? True. They are both inputs in the program. So let's use variable to explain them also. So the task is what? Create a Boolean variable. Create a Boolean variable. Create a Boolean variable. So let's say what? B is equals to true. You can see that something is different. We did not quote it, right? We did not quote this. So small letter, please. Let's say bool 2 equals to false. We did not quote this, but if I say alert, let me use another. This is how I'm explaining the fault JavaScript display what? Output. So the question, so let's also add this. Display your results. Display bool values with document dot write. So this is the default JavaScript display function. So out of all of them that we have explained, the only one that is more active is what? The inner HTML and what? The alert. The console.log and the document.write, they are both only for what? Debugging. We can't use them for any valid implementation. So I will say, okay, I want to display the value in bool. I will say what? Document dot what? Write. So this one will display on the browser body also. Right. And then what are we putting there? We are putting what? This. So let's go and check and see if we have the output. So this one will come. Do we have it display anywhere? Okay, so let's go and okay, just came now. We need to refresh the page. Look at it here. Okay, so a more practical way of confirming the sensitivity of this. Now, let's do something like this. Testing Boolean sensitivity. So let's say we are saying that what JavaScript alert C is greater than what? D. What answer do you expect to get? You are going to get a Boolean value that's either true or false. Look at the value in C is what? 90, right? And the value in D is what? 200. And you are testing that display that what? Display true or false if what is in C is actually greater than what you have in D. So if I click here now, run it, what did we get before? Okay, well, use alert. Let me run it again. This is the first one. This is the second one. What do you get? Because I've used what? Alert in two places. That is why it's observing that. False. So which means that what? It knows what it's doing. Okay, so if I change here to what? Less than, what answer do we get? If I change it to less than, if I change this to less than, if I change it to less than, check. Let's see what we have. This is saying false. I was supposed to get through now, right? We are supposed to get through. Let me refresh. Okay, good. So we are correct. So that is to confirm. Then the last one before we end the class, don't worry, after this, I will not, which is called undefined data type. Undefined. So I will know that I'm done with what? The primitive. So in the next class, I will just go to what? To the advanced data type. Undefined data type in JavaScript. Undefined data type. So undefined data type is a variable declared without assigning a value. Undefined data type is a variable declared without assigning a value. So for example, if I come here and say what? V equals to, can you see it now? V without assigning a value. The JavaScript will refer to such data as what? Undefined. Look at what I have here. V equals to, I did not put a value. So if I try to say document, let me use document. Let me display on the browser body document.write without involving HTML. And then V. What I'm going to get is what? Undefined. So we are going to get, let me refresh it again. What do they have? Anything deriving it from showing? Let me check again. Yeah, let me check. Oh, yeah, let's put it like this to show you what undefined. So if you are not getting it, maybe one of the command is stopping it. So let me comment just a way of debugging. Let me comment this out and know which one of them could be hindering it. Undefined. Which one of them could be hindering it. Okay, let me use, let me see if it will quickly see it. Alert P. Alert P. Has anybody tried it? We are supposed to get undefined. We're supposed to get undefined because it's a variable without value. Let's do JavaScript in internal. So let's say we declare what? Let's say let's v be equals to, okay, let's v this. So let's say alert v. So this is internal way of coding. You see? Yeah, you can see it now. On what? Define. Undefined. So anytime you get this kind of report as a programmer, you should know where to debug. Oh, maybe there could be a variable that what I declare that I did not assign value. So if I come here and assign a value now, it will no longer what? Give me that information. And you can see that 19 as what? Show. So that is how to work with what? The primitive data type. So your assignment is to go and research more on, write the assignment. The assignment is research and apply JavaScript string manipulation functions. Research and apply JavaScript strings manipulation what? Function.